Hi, welcome to Cooking for Life. Today's the first day of spring, and you know when spring comes around, you've got wonderful things popping up out of the ground. You've got your grass is turning green again, the daffodils are coming out, people start thinking about Easter and Easter egg hunts, and we're talking about fresh strawberries. And here at the Tree of Life Market, today for our Cooking for Life show, we are going to be talking about breakfast. And maybe that seems like a funny connection with spring, but for me, I think I'm done with the hot cereal and I want something fresh and yummy for breakfast. So we're going to be making some mini quiches today. We're going to be having some yummy coffee cake that's going to be gluten-free and vegan-friendly. We're going to be having fresh strawberries and just really enjoying and celebrating the fact that spring is here. Our store is busting open and ready to go for people to come on in and see all the great things we have to offer. Farm fresh eggs and Tennessee grass-fed beef. We've got free-range chickens and all kinds of healthy things here at our store. We make some healthy breakfasts today. In fact, we're going to get started right away. I've got all these great ingredients in front of me here, and I'm going to get going with heating up some onions and some peppers for our quiches. So I'm going to get some onions and pepper sauteing here. I like a nice blend of red and green peppers because it just adds some extra color to our quiche. And get those going. I've got a little bit of coconut oil in here just for, because it's pretty healthy for you. It's starting to smell great in here already. And while I'm waiting for that to work, I'm going to come over here and I've got some, just some organic sugar and some zested lime. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix that lime zest into the sugar. And I'm going to let those flavors just kind of blend a little bit with the lime zest and the sugar to get the flavor incorporated into the sugar. It's funny how when you put the lime in with the sugar, that's going to carry that lime flavor a little bit better when we mix it in with our strawberries. And then we're going to let them sit for a little bit, and the sugar will help to bring out all the yummy strawberry juice, and it'll be amazing and delicious. So we're going to let that sit for a couple minutes here. I've got some great eggs here from Giving Thanks Farms here in Clarksville. They have provided us with free-range chicken eggs, and we are so excited to have them. Aren't they beautiful? I love the color that we get from the farm-raised eggs. I also had some that I hard-boiled earlier this morning so that we can use those for egg salad later on today here at Tree of Life. I'm going to do about 6 eggs there. And we'll just beat them together here as our peppers and onions are sauteing. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in with our peppers and our onions. This is some flake salt that I like to use. And I'm going to stir those again. We just want to soften them up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put some spinach in here. We don't necessarily have to put the peppers and onions in here for what we're doing with our eggs, but I like to soften them. I've made these quiches before and just put the onions and peppers right in with the eggs and the cheese and put them in the oven. That way, then you get a little bit more crunch in your quiche. So I like to soften it, and plus it releases the flavor a little bit more. This is just going to wilt the spinach a little bit. And then we will let it cool for a couple minutes, and we will mix it in with our eggs and put it in our little muffin tins. And then we'll bake them for about 15 minutes in the oven. The great thing about it is, once you have these made, you can make up a bunch of them on, say, if you've got time on a Sunday afternoon, you want to bake up a bunch of these for the week. Once they've cooled, you can put them in the freezer, and then in the morning, pull out a couple of them, pop them in the microwave, or reheat them in the oven for a couple of minutes, and you've got a nice fresh breakfast that you didn't have to make dirty dishes every morning. You can have them just one time, and then have it all cleaned up. There we go. It's looking good. I'm going to turn this off and let this just cool down for a minute. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to keep working on our breakfast. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey folks, Jack and Wanda here at Furniture Warehouse Sales in Cumberland City, Tennessee. We invite you to come visit our 15,000 square foot showroom, packed full of furniture, something for every room in the house. Furniture Warehouse offers delivery, layaway, and financing. Don't see exactly what it is you're looking for? No problem. Furniture Warehouse does lots of custom ordering. So get out of town and come on down to Furniture Warehouse Sales in Cumberland City, Tennessee.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
At Furniture Warehouse Sales. Furniture Warehouse.
Welcome to Creative Chiropractic. I'm Dr. Daniel Vaden. We've brought to the Clarksville community the state-of-the-art chiropractic technique called torque release technique, or TRT. TRT gently reduces tension and stress from the spine and nervous system and allows your body to heal naturally and perform better. We care for the whole family, mind, body, and spirit, from birth on up. Welcome to a healthier life. Welcome to Creative Chiropractic.
Okay, we've let our peppers and our onions and our spinach cool down just a little bit, and we're going to put them in with the eggs here. Just toss that in. That was about a half a cup of onions, or a quarter cup of onions, I'm sorry, and about half a cup of red peppers and a half a cup of green peppers. And I'm going to just take about a handful, so maybe about a cup of cheese. I like cheese, so I'm going to put a little extra in here. It's a Vermont cheddar cheese, and I'm going to just mix all this together here. This is a crustless quiche, which is fun to say. It makes it a little bit better for you, maybe if you don't have to worry about if you maybe don't do gluten, or if you're trying to watch your carb intake. By not having the crust on the quiche, then you don't have to think about those calories there. We're just going to put this into my muffin tin here, which I'm going to spray with a little coconut oil spray, just so we give it a fighting chance of getting out of there without being destroyed. This is one of our products we carry here at the Tree of Life. You know, I was thinking about it, when people talk about making choices in their lives as far as what they want to eat and trying to be healthier, we are working very hard at that here at the Tree of Life Market too. And we just really are excited about talking to people about wherever they're at. I saw a list the other day of 10 foods you should never eat again, and I thought it was kind of funny, and I put it out on my Facebook page actually, and I said, what do you think about this list? And I had some people with some very vehement responses saying, don't say never, because never is a very strong word, and if somebody says, well, it doesn't hurt every once in a while to stop and eat something that is a favorite food of yours. And I thought she made a good point, because to say never is very, well, it just makes people discouraged, I think, more than helps people. And we want to meet people where they're at. We want to help them make healthy choices if they want to, and they not feel bad if they decide, you know what, I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to cook something, I have to run into one of those places. You know, every once in a while, it's probably not going to kill you. But this is where we're going to be able to be here to help you at the Tree of Life Market, because we've got pop-up pop-up lunches where we're going to be serving soups and salads, and we've got grab-and-go sandwiches, so it'll be healthy ingredients in a healthy sandwich or a healthy soup, along with all kinds of other healthy ingredients that we have at the store that you can come in, grab something for a quick lunch that you know is good for you. So we're here to help you with that. I'm going to throw this in the oven here so we can get that baking, so we can keep talking. Okay, those are in the oven. They're going to be baking at 350 for about 15 minutes. They're going to get all nice and puffy and delicious. And we're going to move on to our next item. We're going to be making plots, and I'll be telling you more about that in a minute. But I forgot a couple ingredients, so I'm going to run out to the market. You want to come with me? We'll go get some ingredients. The first thing I'm going to do is grab some agave nectar. And the last thing I'm going to get is a little bit more coconut oil. Wasn't that fun? I love having the accessibility of all these ingredients in the market. And now we'll be ready to do our next dish that we're making. Is called plots. And I've had people ask me before, what is plots? What is that? And I'll tell you, honestly, I found this recipe in a cookbook that I've used for years and years, and it's a traditional Mennonite dessert. And it is simple ingredients. But today we're going to do something a little bit different with it, in that we're going to turn it into a vegan, gluten-free dessert, because we've got friends here at the market who come to see us who are gluten-free or are vegan, and I'd like to try to bake things for them too, so they can enjoy having baked goods that don't interfere with the diet that they have to follow. So something else that's kind of fun is I've invited Kris Foust, who is our marketing director here at the Tree of Life Market, to join me in making the plots today. So she's going to come on and talk to us a little bit about what the Tree of Life is all about. In 1 second, I'll get her.
Good morning.
Hi, thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
This is Kris Foust. She's our marketing director here at the Tree of Life Market. Kris, I'm glad that you've come on to help me with baking today. I know baking's your favorite thing, right?
It really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you prefer to
bake
or cook?
I prefer someone else bake for me, and then I get to eat it all. That's the great thing about having you here at the Tree of Life Center.
Well, you know, it makes me happy to make you happy, so
good.
We're all good. So what Plots it's a traditional Mennonite dessert. It has some really basic ingredients in it, so it makes it really simple to do. Actually, you know what we need to do first? I forgot to do this earlier. I'm going to just put the sugar that's been, I did this earlier. I put some lime zest in with some sugar.
Okay.
And I'm going to mix that in with our strawberries that we have here. And then we're going to let the strawberries sit for a little while, and they're going to release all their juices. So actually, if you want to, do you want to just stir it up a little bit? That'd be fantastic. There you go. And then we're going to talk about what goes into plots. And plots have milk and eggs and flour, baking powder, sugar, and then some berries or some fresh fruit that you have, frozen or fresh fruit, and then you just make a crumble for the top. So it's really simple. When you're making it to be a vegan or a gluten-free plots, you're going to have to make some changes. And one of the things that you do is you don't use eggs. So we're going to make flaxseed eggs, and it's really simple. I need 2 eggs, so I'm going to take 2.5 tablespoons of milled flaxseed and about 6 tablespoons of water, and I'm just going to pour that in there and let that sit for just a little bit. And what that's going to do is that's going to provide a binding agent that the eggs would normally provide, but it's going to be without an animal product. Oh, and the next thing we'll do is we'll stir up the flaxseed eggs, so we'll get those really incorporated in there. Because it's milled, the flaxseed is able to absorb some of this water, and that's going to make it more like a binding agent, like an egg would be in our plots here. So that will let that sit for just a little bit. And then what we're going to put into the plots is I've got 2 cups of gluten-free flour. So that's a gluten-free flour mix that we're going to use. It's actually this one right here. We carry it in our market. It's Bob's gluten-free flour mix. It's an all-purpose baking mix, which is handy for people who don't want to mix up their own. You can make your own too. So I'm just going to put those into our mixing bowl here. Calls for a 1/2 cup of butter, but because we're doing this as a vegan option, we're going to use a 1/2 cup of coconut oil. So we'll put that in here too. And calls for 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We'll put 2 teaspoons in here. So Kris, tell me, how did you get involved with the Tree of Life?
Tree Life, Yvonne Chamberlain owns the building and has owned it for years, and had an opportunity when her tenants all moved out at the bottom of this building, and she saw that as a opportunity to turn it into something different, something other than a rental retail space. And one of the really great things here in Clarksville that we have going on in the summer months is a farmer's market downtown, and the idea sprang from the fact that we could get all these fresh, wonderful products and ingredients that we're carrying in the market during the summer months, but we couldn't get them all year round here in Clarksville. We were all driving to Nashville to various grocery stores. So we decided, why not open an indoor farmer's market? And that actually developed into more of a grocery store that we have now and we see. But the market, the grocery store market, is just one part of the Tree Life Center. We actually have a center for health and wellness that we are in the process of opening. It will have yoga, meditation studios. We have 4 practitioner offices for Reiki, massage therapy, health coaching. Would love to find an acupuncturist. And then phase 3 will be to move down the building and open a gluten-free bakery and cafe. So for pure selfish reasons, we all on the team of Tree Life would love to come and start our morning with a gluten-free muffin and coffee, and move into a meditation class and go about our day of work, and then come down, do a yoga class, go grocery shopping at a great grocery store, and bring home wonderful food to cook for our family and end the day.
So really, what we've put together here at the Tree of Life Market is a one-stop shop. You can come and have breakfast, you can do your workout, you can do your grocery shopping, you can go do another workout, grab some lunch, and head home, and you've gotten everything taken care of, the whole mind, body, spirit idea, right?
Exactly.
In one place.
Exactly.
And the atmosphere really, with the people both on the staff here who you're going to get to meet in a couple of minutes, and then also just in the market itself, the atmosphere is so great.
It is. I mean, we've hired some great people who know a lot about their health and what feels good, what looks good, but we're anxious to meet our customers too. There are wonderful people out in Clarksville who know so much about organic or non-GMO or gluten-free, and we're anxious to learn from them as well.
So I'm guessing that what's going to happen is this is going to become a huge community of people coming together to share ideas, to help each other learn and grow, which is really what we're all about.
Exactly.
Just learning to grow together and build the community of people who have a healthy lifestyle attitude here in Clarksville.
Yes, and we live in a military community, and I do want to add that the Tree Life Center as a whole is a nonprofit, and we will be contributing back to Fort Campbell and those programs that support the military and their families and communities. So
how could it be any better?
It's all good.
It's fantastic.
It's all good.
Well, it'll be neat because we'll be teaching some cooking classes here too, and I get to help put together some of those classes. And one of the classes we'd love to do is to work with some soldiers who maybe have never had to cook for themselves or want to learn how to cook for themselves. So we'll be offering special classes for our soldiers too. So I put together in our bowl here, just to not interrupt but keep moving with what we're doing, I put together the half a cup of coconut oil, which we didn't melt. We wanted it solidified, which is a neat thing about coconut oil. It works both as a solid or as a liquid. We put in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We put some xanthan gum in because when you use a gluten-free flour, you are going to want to assist the dough by adding some xanthan gum. I put in a little bit of sea salt as well. It was about 1/8 of a teaspoon. And I'm going to get that all mixing in here. And then I'm going to add in a cup.
I don't think I've ever purchased xanthan gum.
Well, we have it right here in the market. Yeah, so it's really handy. It comes in a great big bag, a bag about this size. So when I opened up the bag, I went ahead and got one of my little jars that I like to use. I keep these around so that we have some place to store some different things. And you just need a little bit for your recipe, so one bag lasts a long time. Once this is going pretty nicely here, you can see it's kind of gotten a little crummy in there. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour in a cup of almond milk.
Are there other types of milk besides almond milk that we can use in this recipe and still keep it vegan?
Yep, absolutely. In fact, in the store we carry hemp milk, we carry rice milk, we carry soy milk. So if somebody doesn't want to have the dairy product, they have options and they can come and check all the different kinds out. I've not actually tried hemp milk, but one of the guys who works here, Kevin, he loves it. He says it's fantastic. So you can see our eggs now have gotten, our flax eggs, have gotten a little gelatinous, almost like a real egg. You see how that's got kind of a... So that's going to work as our binder in our cake that we're making here, and I'm just going to pour that right into our mixing bowl as this is mixing together. Put that off to the side. And we're going to let that all incorporate in there, and this is what's really simple about this recipe. We need a little vanilla too. Don't want to forget the vanilla. I'm a vanilla person. I love vanilla. I always put a little extra in. This calls for 2 teaspoons. I put in a tablespoon. I also have a secret ingredient that I'm going to share with you. Something very simple that you can do at home that will really make your baked goods taste better is making vanilla sugar. Take a little jar like this. Come down here, and we've got bulk spices out in the store. Get a vanilla bean. Take some sugar, put the vanilla bean in the jar, pour your sugar on top of it, and then let it sit for a little while. And the vanilla bean flavor is going to get incorporated into the sugar, and that just adds an extra layer of flavor into whatever it is that you're making. And we
I actually had someone give me that for Christmas. I didn't know what to do with it.
Oh yeah, it's great because
Learned so much from you.
People will ask me, so what is your secret ingredient? Your chocolate chip cookies or your coffee cakes or whatever it is.
Sugar.
And I use vanilla sugar. I also make vanilla salt, which is the same concept. You use another jar. I really recommend labeling them because they look very similar, but you use another vanilla bean and you put salt in it and you let it sit. And then when a recipe calls for salt, any type of sweet recipe like chocolate chip cookies, my kids always love to have that, banana bread, anything like that, you go ahead and you can put that vanilla salt in. And the great thing about it is a vanilla bean, when you buy one, they run maybe $5, $6 per bean. They're not inexpensive, but you can use the same vanilla bean over and over again. You never have to, the flavor keeps imparting in that into the sugar. So I just keep refilling up my sugar container, my salt container when I use it up. It's a great secret ingredient that now the whole world knows. Go try it. It's a great thing. Okay, so this is all that we're doing here with our batter. It's very simple. And you've got the pan over there if you want to grab that, Kris, and bring that over this way. We're going to pull this off of here.
And did you spray the pan, or
no,
you don't need to spray it at all?
For this recipe, we don't have to spray the pan. So if we wanted to get this out of the pan, as far as like when you do a layer cake and you want to make sure that you can get it out of the pan, you want to spray the pan. But this one we don't have to. So I'm just going to spread this out onto our pan here. It'll just take a minute to get it all out of the bowl. If you want to open up that bag of raspberries that we got from the market, this is a super flexible recipe in that you can use any type of fruit you have on hand. If you want to give it, well, I shouldn't say, let me amend that. I wouldn't recommend melons. I don't think melons would work with this, but if you've got peaches, or if you've got pears, if you've got apples, frozen berries, my family likes to go and pick berries. Every spring and summer we go get blackberries and blueberries, so we have a lot of those in the freezer. It's super convenient to be able to just run into the freezer and grab some frozen berries. I went to our freezer just a couple minutes ago. I love doing that, but we can just run and decide. Baking here at the kitchen is great because you can say, oh, today I'm in the mood to do raspberries, so we're going to have raspberry plots today. And all you do is you take this and you sprinkle these on top. I try to...
And they're still frozen.
They're still frozen, yeah. I mean, we pulled them out a couple minutes ago, but yeah, they're still frozen. You don't want them to thaw because if they thaw, they're going to get really mushy.
They'll get mushy. Mm-hmm.
So if you like lots of berries, you can get two bags of berries, but this is one bag of berries here from the market. I'm kind of funny about making sure that every bite gets a berry, so we'll make sure we spread those out a little bit. And then we make a crumble. The crumble is not difficult to make. All we're going to do for the crumble, super easy, we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of flour.
And that's the same
This is
gluten-free
gluten-free flour.
flour we used for the...
Yep, that's about 3/4 of a cup there. And then we're going to take 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We've got organic cane sugar here. So we're just going to grab 3/4 of a cup out of here.
Would it make a difference if it were brown sugar or white
Well,
sugar?
it will make a difference in the flavor. If you wanted to use brown sugar, you sure could. If you want, I've done it with cane sugar or like the organic raw sugar. That's the word I'm looking for. I've done it with raw sugar before too, and that just adds a little different flavor to it. So we'll have just those couple things there, and that's another place where I love to use my vanilla sugar because it just adds a little bit of extra flavor. So we're going to be making a crumble.
Pull my vanilla sugar out and do something creative with it this weekend.
Exactly. So I'm taking about 1/4 of a cup of coconut oil that we got from the market, and I just needed to heat it up a little bit because I wanted it, the recipe calls for melted butter.
Okay.
So we're going to have melted coconut oil, so we're just going to get that in there. And then this is just really simple. We're going to pour it in with our sugar and our flour, and then we're going to just mix it in together so that we get a nice crumble that we can put over the top of our plots. And then we'll throw it in our 365-degree oven for about 25 minutes. It will bake up nice and golden and delicious and can be enjoyed by people who are gluten-free and also by people who practice a vegan lifestyle. Do you have people in your family who are vegan or vegetarian?
I don't, but I have a daughter who has a special dietary needs. So
Okay.
We have to be careful about the fat content and food that's hard to digest, popcorn, raw vegetables, things. It's all good, but just have to watch it.
Yep. Well, and that's, I think a lot of the reason why a lot of people have been looking so forward to having the Tree of Life here is that people make the drive to Nashville to get the ingredients for their special diets, the things that they prefer to eat. I know at my house I don't have anybody in my immediate family who has dietary needs, but I do have a brother who's a vegan. And just to be clear, I know not everybody grows up with people on that lifestyle, but there's a difference between vegan and vegetarian, and there are different levels of vegetarianism too. So vegetarians, people who eat vegetables and don't eat animal byproducts, but there are some vegetarians who will eat dairy and eggs, and sometimes some fish. There are some vegetarians who only eat dairy but not eggs, and there's some vegetarians who eat eggs but not dairy. And then the vegans are people who do not eat any sort of animal byproduct. In fact, some vegans won't wear leather either. I tease my brother about that because he doesn't like his leather, but he doesn't eat anything from an animal. So that's.
Well, again, I know you mentioned it before that we're receptive to meeting people where they are.
That's exactly what it's all about here at the Tree of Life. I love that.
Learn from each other.
Absolutely, and that's why we tease my brother sometimes, but he chose to be a vegan because he had migraines, and by cutting out red meat and some different items from his diet, he felt a lot better. And so I totally respect the fact that he did that, and it makes it fun for me to explore new recipes to make things that he can't eat. Because he doesn't do a lot of baking because so much of baking involves eggs and milk and dairy products, and so now I can say, look, I can cook for you too. So I'm going to put this in the oven, and it's going to bake at 375 for about 25 minutes.
Hey folks, Jack and Wanda here at Furniture Warehouse Sales in Cumberland City, Tennessee. We invite you to come visit our 15,000 square foot showroom packed full of furniture, something for every room in the house. Furniture Warehouse offers delivery, layaway, and financing. Don't see exactly what it is you're looking for? No problem. Furniture Warehouse does lots of custom ordering. So get out of town and come on down to Furniture Warehouse Sales in Cumberland City, Tennessee.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
At Furniture Warehouse Sales. Furniture Warehouse.
Welcome to Creative Chiropractic. I'm Dr. Daniel Vaden. We've brought to the Clarksville community the state-of-the-art chiropractic technique called torque release technique, or TRT. TRT gently reduces tension and stress from the spine and nervous system and allows your body to heal naturally and perform better. We care for the whole family, mind, body, and spirit, from birth on up. Welcome to a healthier life. Welcome to Creative Chiropractic.
Welcome back. We've got all kinds of stuff going on here today. Super fun. I wanted to show you one quick little thing yet that you can make as a fun treat that doesn't take but a minute to make, and it's really good for you. If you like chocolate, this is just super fun. I took a half a cup of coconut oil. I melted it so that it's liquid, and I'm going to take, before I put the cocoa in, I get excited, I'm going to take some agave syrup. You can use any kind of sweetener that you want to use. I'm going to use agave because that way our vegan friends can enjoy this. And something you want to do when you are using a sweetener, something sticky like honey or peanut butter, if you have an oil that you're already putting in to the recipe, go ahead and dip your measuring spoon into that oil. And then when you pour the agave into the measuring spoon, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of the agave, it slides right out, and it doesn't stick to the spoon because that oil helps that syrup or peanut butter or whatever it is that you're using slide right out of the measuring spoon. See how clean that is? It's great. All right, so we've got 2 tablespoons of agave. Could come get some of that down here at the Tree of Life Market. And we've got about half a cup of coconut oil. We're going to use just a drop of some peppermint extract. You can use a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to just use a drop of peppermint. Peppermint you don't use as much because it's very strong. And then I'm going to use some dark cocoa powder, about 1/4 of a cup of dark cocoa powder. I'm just going to put that right here into our melted coconut oil. And I'm going to stir this all up. It's going to get nice and mixed together here, this lovely dark minty chocolate. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm not even a huge chocolate fan. I eat chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate. I say I eat it for my health because, you know, dark chocolate actually is really good for you. And this way, by mixing it with coconut oil, we're making it very good for you. And the agave. All we're going to do is we're going to take this. I've got a little mini ice cube tray that I sprayed with some of our coconut oil, and I'm just going to pour the chocolate mixture into the molds here, into the ice cube tray. And it doesn't really matter if you do this in a messy fashion or not because it will come right off because I sprayed it with that coconut oil spray. Get them all approximately the same. If they're not, it's not a big deal. Makes for fun. And all we're going to do is we're going to take this. See how quick this is? This doesn't take but a minute. We're going to take this. We're going to even it out here a little bit. I like to have them about the same size. Shake it down. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the freezer for about a half an hour. They're going to solidify, get nice and solid, and then we are going to have homemade chocolates to enjoy with our breakfast. Kind of a fun treat at the end of our breakfast. I'm going to go put these in the freezer. Okay, and now for a special surprise, I want to take a minute to introduce you to everybody here at the Tree of Life Market. They've all come in to say hello. Say hello, everybody. Yay! We are so excited that we get to meet all of you in the community. We are inviting you to come down, meet all of us, get to know us. We're here to help you and do whatever we can to have Tree of Life be a place that you come and you feel at home at. And now we're going to enjoy some of the food that we made today. And remember, when you're going to make food for your family, don't just eat food. Eat good food. Thanks so much.